Hi everyone! In today's video, I'm really excited to share how I'm going to make over this vanity for a child. I have a 3-year-old niece, so I had this old vanity laying around. You can see it's kind of dirty on top, so I wanted to make this modernized. I find that the little girl stuff, everything is so pink and purple, but I was like, why don't people make them more modern looking? So I was really excited, and I made it a challenge to make this a really cute set that could go within your home as well. So here is what I'm going to be working with. So ingredients for this, so I'm going to show you what I use. I'm going to explain to you as we go along the things I would have changed, but I'm going to show you exactly what I use. So I use this marble contact paper. I got this from the Dollarama for $1.25. One of these was good enough. You're going to need some sort of paint. So I did use spray paint initially. So I used this white matte one from Painter's Touch, and I also use this metallic silver from Rustoleom. And I also used some acrylic paint from Dollarama. So this adhesive sequin tape and some bling on a roll that's not tape, and also some painter's tape. So this little vanity I inherited, and I think you can get this from Walmart for about $20. I saw it on Wayfair for about $80, so definitely go with the Walmart version. And I think these are quite popular. And one thing that made this project a lot easier is you can actually detach the top from the bottom there, so it's going to be a lot easier to paint. And so the first thing I did is I take my painter's tape and I wrapped around everything that I didn't want silver. So right now I'm covering off what I wanted to be white, and I'm basically going to be changing the dark purples to silver. So I just go outside and start spray painting the silver. To be honest, if I could do this again, what I would do this totally different. What I would do, and what I recommend for you guys to do, is just painting it one solid color, like not including the painter's tape. Later on, the painter's tape actually ripped off some of the other tape, so it just became extra work to do. But if you were to do this, what I would do, if I was to do this now again, what I would do is just paint all of this white. So with spray paint, I would have painted this whole entire thing white, or the areas that I wanted white. I'm just showing you what I actually did. But yes, your first step, if you're going to do this to this exact same vanity, if you with the exact same colors, is paint everything white with spray paint. So after I spray painted it, I let it dry for a few hours. So this is what it looks like with the silver paint everywhere. And again, if you're doing this, I really recommend don't do what I did. Just paint it all one color if you're going to use spray paint. So you can see I switched the painter's tape to be on everything silver, but I definitely don't recommend it because it ripped off the painter's tape. But yeah, I did that. I took this outside and painted everything white. I didn't film me spray painting because it's pretty basic. I think you guys get the idea. So this is what it looks like with it white. So again, if I could do this again, I would just paint what I wanted white, and that's it. I wouldn't have done the silver version first, and I really hope that makes sense. And you're going to see in a second here, so when I ripped off that painter's tape, this is what happened to the paint that I already sprayed silver. So it got ruined, so it was kind of like a big waste to have to do that, and that's why don't do what I did. So what I did after this, I didn't want to go and spray paint again and rip off the white tape. I just found some acrylic tape, some white and silver, and I went in and just touched that up. So I just took a little bowl, put some silver paint in there, dip my sponge in there, and I just added like a few layers of paint, and that worked perfectly fine. So if you were going to do this for yourself, number one would be to spray paint everything white, and then I would just go in with paint the second time. I wouldn't have even used spray paint for the silver. Or if honestly too, if you wanted just to use acrylic paint, that totally worked fine as well. So after all the painting was done, I took this beautiful marble contact paper that I'm obsessed with using right now, and I am just taking that, I'm going to add it to the table and the top of the stool. So this is like really easy to put on, so you can see I'm kind of measuring it. The top of this table has like a weird curvature on the end, so that was the only really tricky part of how to get all this marble contact paper on there, and how to have this have a nice clean finish, and I will show you later on. I did really struggle with how to figure out how to cover up that curvature, but yeah, it was pretty easy. You just apply the contact paper. The table obviously is super flat on top, so it was super easy to get that top portion done. So once that was all done, you can see that I added marble contact tape to the corners, but it didn't match the marble contact paper. So I tried to figure out what I could do. So I had this Bling on a Roll tape from the Dollarama. So what I did is added it around the perimeter. And honestly, it took some trial or error to figure out what to do. There is actually another layer of sparkle tape under there that didn't work, but this one worked lovely. I just took a hot glue gun and glued that right on, and it made such a nice clean finish for the stool. Then I took this self-adhesive glitter tape and I just added it to the bottom, and it made it so pretty, and I thought it was so easy to do since it was like a tape. I added some on top of the vanity, I added on the sides, and I added some little gems. And so here is the before, and dun, 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 here is the after of all of that. And I think this came out so stinking beautiful. Like, this is so stunning. I love the colors for it. Like, it's just so modern looking. And, you know, I'm pretty sure my nieces are going to love this. She's like really into makeup right now. So yeah, I love how this looks so much better than the pink and purple. It really looks like bougie and high end. And so here is my niece getting
ready for your surprise? Ready for you? Ready? Ready?
So yeah, she really ended up loving it. She's really into makeup right now, so she loved the look of it. So thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye!